when you eat, when to work out, and when to sleep with intermittent fasting for maximum fat loss. Let's jump straight into it. The first thing we need to consider is your eating window. When choosing when you'll fast and when you'll eat with intermittent fasting is really important to help maximize for fat loss. Now, this is because in the early morning as well as in the evening, the body is going to be the most insulin resistant. And when the body's more insulin resistant, it can be harder for it to tap into fat burning and easier for it to store instead. So if you do have the ability to be more flexible with your eating window on when you will actually eat, then ideally you want to stick with trying to break your fast around 9 or 10 a.m. or a little bit later and ending your eating window around 6 or 8 p.m. This helps to centralize your meals around more of the middle of the day. Now, of course, this will be dependent on your own schedule, so do the best that you can. But if you do have more flexibility, then having your meals centralized more around the middle of the day can help to optimize for fat burning. Now, in addition to this, the frequency in which you eat during your eating window will also have a big impact on how your body utilizes fat as fuel. The more frequently you eat, even within your eating window, the more often insulin, our storing hormone, will be spiked. So if you stick to more of a 2 or 3 meal structure within your eating window and you don't eat snacks in between, this can allow for even more time that the body is not secreting insulin and therefore more time that the body is able to tap into fat burning. Now, whether or not you choose a 2 or 3 meal structure will depend on your schedule as well as your degree of insulin resistance. And I have a free quiz to help you determine how long your fasting period should be. I have that link down in the description below so you guys can check that out. My name's Autumn and I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's in nutrition human performance. I'm also the creator of the complete intermittent fasting bundle, where I teach you step by step on how you can incorporate intermittent fasting to achieve your weight loss or wellness goals. And the second thing to consider when it comes to your intermittent fasting schedule is your exercise time and the type of exercise that you will be incorporating. So ideally, to help maximize fat burning, getting a mixture of both walking and strength training can help to lower the stress hormone cortisol as well as help to improve insulin sensitivity. And the more insulin sensitive you are, the easier it can be to utilize fat as fuel. So a good rule of thumb that I like to follow is, if possible, walking outside first thing in the morning. This means that you're going to be walking during a fasted state. So already during this time, insulin levels are lower, the body is going to be utilizing fat as fuel. And since walking is a lower intensity exercise, it preferentially uses fat as fuel anyway. So it's a great way to double down on utilizing fat as fuel. And if you're able to walk outside, studies are actually showing that this can help to further lower the stress hormone cortisol, which is great if you're looking specifically to reduce weight gain around the belly, because high levels of cortisol are associated with weight gain around the belly. Now, when it comes to strength training, the most important factor is just getting it in so that you can help your body become more insulin sensitive. But if you're able to get it during the fasted period, this is when the body will naturally have slightly elevated growth hormone levels that can help to protect the muscles from breaking down. But if you only can get it during your eating window, that's not a problem. It's just important to get your muscles contracting so that you can actually get that insulin sensitivity boosted. Unless you are an elite athlete or a college level athlete and you have multiple workouts a day, where the timing of your workouts will change a little bit there. But if you're looking for weight loss or general health and you're not actively training at a really high level, then you can be a bit more flexible on when you're incorporating the strength training. But the key thing that is important is to make sure that you are getting enough protein in during that eating window to make sure that you're achieving the body recomposition goal, which is where you're losing fat but not losing muscle, and to make sure that you're actually getting satiated and not craving sugar. So I have a really quick video you guys can check out on how to calculate your protein needs with this video right here. Now, the third thing to consider with your intermittent fasting schedule is when you're sleeping and how long you're sleeping. Poor quality sleep can increase insulin resistance, meaning it'll make it harder for you to utilize fat as fuel. It can also make you increase your hunger hormone ghrelin, and it can even increase the stress hormone cortisol the next day, making it so that you'll feel more stressed and more hungry and more likely to crave sugar, which will actively work against your weight loss goals. So to help optimize for sleep, a good rule of thumb is to aim to have your last meal at least 1 to 2 hours before bed. So for example, if you typically go to bed at 10 p.m., having your eating window end by 8 p.m. allows for a 2-hour gap. This simple step in itself can really help to improve sleep quality, because there has been some research that eating too late can actually make it more difficult to have high quality deep sleep and lead to that poor quality sleep instead. Now, if you're looking for more of the step-by-step details on how you can use intermittent fasting, you can check out the complete intermittent fasting bundle, which has helped thousands of AM peeps like Jennifer or Carola or Ron or Monica to achieve their weight loss and wellness goals. You can check that out down in the description below. Now, for what to break your fast with to help optimize for fat burning, you can check out my free intermittent fasting smoothie recipe with this video next. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-backed information, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out with new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.